Okay, the last trig question, they ask us to prove this identity. There's a left side and there's a right side, and you can only work with one side at the time. Usually to make the most complex side, you try and turn it into tangent, is sine over cosine. But a lot of this stuff is actually understanding fractions. If you want to combine this fraction, you have to multiply the two denominators on the bottom together to get a common denominator. Then you cross multiply 1 plus sine times 1 and cos times cos. That's why I've got cos squared. Now just doing that, no matter what's there, if you've got fractions combining them, you get a mark. Now I multiplied this out. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times sine is sine. I put it on the end though, because 1 minus cos squared is sine squared. That's one of the first grade 11 ones we learned. Sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. So 1 minus sine cos squared is sine squared. Now I'm looking at the bottom. I'm leaving this cosine alone because it's telling me tangent is sine over cosine. I've already got the cosine. So this other thing must cancel somehow. I don't know how yet, but let's see. Oh, what if I factor out sine theta? Sine theta times 1 gives me that sine theta. Sine theta times sine theta is sine squared. Now I'm looking at the answer. 1 plus sine theta cancels, and sine over cosine equals the right-hand side, tangent theta. So there you go. So that was a little bit quick, but it sometimes gets a bit tricky, but it's really about understanding fractions and how they work, because knowing to do that first cross multiplication and getting a common denominator, multiplying together, that's the key. And then look at your right-hand side. If it's sine over cosine and you've already got a cosine, more than likely, well, this thing's got to disappear somehow. So you work with the top until you can get, a 1 plus sine theta. So, yeah, it just takes lots of practice. But if you look at the right-hand side and look what it's telling you, and just use the basic rules of arithmetic, and you're going to do okay. Alrighty.